Sorry, just one more thing. And sex is a wonderful thing. And the more we talk to women about like sex and stuff, the more orgasms we will have. Sorry, it's really important, right?
Struggle life over.
Yeah, struggle life is over, okay?
Now, my favorite sound is our heartbeat. Because from the very moment I heard it was the moment I decided I can't leave. You see, I wanted a forever ship. The most strongest boat in the world because that means it will never sink. You see, our foundation is so strong because it was built on forever bricks. Our timeline is timeless, and that means our clock will forever tick.
I'm your host, Audrey. Welcome to our brand new series, Talk That Talk, where we dissect themes from our favourite Prime Video shows. This series, we're discussing all things Harlem. Let's make some noise for Wumi Bello. Hey! Kaz. Miss Banks. Queen Mojo. Hi, honeys. A little later, we'll also be joined by spoken word artist Terrell Lewis. Okay, so should we discuss what we're going to be talking about today?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to be talking about being out in these streets. I love the streets and the streets love me.
Okay.
Even though I'm a married woman, I still love being out here. I still love being, and my husband supports like my streetism. So general sweep of the room, like what do you think of that? Like when we say being out in the streets, like what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Having fun. Having fun. Getting lit.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it for me. What about you guys?
Tyra's looking mighty suspicious.
No, like, I just always think she's for the streets. For the streets. But I don't know, just having fun. Me, I'm not gonna lie, I like to enjoy. I like to party. I'm definitely like an A girl.
I'm an A girl as well.
I think we're all low-key A girls in our own little way.
Always.
Yeah.
I love to dance. I love to vibe. I'm a city girl.
Yeah,
so
me too.
yeah,
Me too,
streets
boo.
for me. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like it over here. It's lovely.
You know when that whole like terminology first came into play, like the whole city girl, like hot girl summer, this, that, and third. Do you feel like it's kind of changed since then? Because I feel like when it first came out, like what you just said, I was a bit like, ooh, street girl. I don't really know about that one. I think I'm a bit of a
I
classic.
think
Do you
people
know what I mean?
got like different interpretations of what they think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing personally. If you guys take it with all the shady bad stuff, that's your problem.
The real terminology for being in the streets and being a hot girl, I guess, was not like sleeping around, but it's like having fun, do what you want to do type sense, like whatever you want to do, kind of take your power.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like every girl that's having a hot girl summer is now just degraded to like every time it's always like, oh, you're having a hot girl summer, or you're just sleeping around. No, like I'm just living my life. I'm not tied down. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to mean.
I think so too. I think men ruined it, but we're gonna.
How did you get there?
I'm gonna elaborate on that point a little later. But before we get into it, let's check out a clip from Harlem.
Fuck love! Yes, bro! Let's do this! We're free!
Darlings, I rarely say this, but maybe this is too ratchet.
No, not for me.
Not tonight.
That Jameson slid into my DMs. Camille, no work tonight, okay? This whole solstice thing was your idea. Right. So come on, let's loosen up and have some fun, hoes.
She on one.
I ain't been a host since 2005.
Girl, you know I don't need candles and ink, just need your body and me. Birthday sex,
I just wanted to like take note of something Megan Good's character Camille said, and she was kind of talking about like the stigma that women have attached to them, about how we can't really be in the streets, and how we kind of have to like live up to a certain stereotype, and we're labelled if we do. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think that women should be able to do the same thing that men do. I think that we need to sort of get over it when Hot Girl Summer, Megan Thee Stallion, I think, wasn't she saying that it's more about just being able to have fun, explore, express, enjoy life without any strings attached, and it's not a harmful thing. It's not a dangerous thing.
Do you think that every girl should have a hoe phase?
It's not that I think every girl should have a hoe phase, but I do feel like it's important. I really do feel like it's important to have a phase where you're just allowing yourself to explore, so you can try out what you want, whether it's sexually. I feel like for me personally, when I had my little moment of just like kind of dating and like, you know, just being free and allowing myself to embrace that hot girl summer lifestyle, which is, you know, you just dating, you know, like walk about, do whatever you want to do. I really got to know like what I'm looking for in terms of like, you know, when it comes to sex, especially like in the bedroom, like what don't I like, what do I like, what don't I want to stand for, etc. So I do think it's important, but I also don't think it's for everyone, because some of my friends cannot handle the idea of like multi-dating. The idea of it and like, you know, sleeping with this person here, sleeping with that person here just seems so foreign to them. So I understand that it's just not going to be for everyone.
If you decide, right, I'm going to have a hot girl summer based off what other people have told me it should be, and you go at it that way, and then you get hurt in the process because you didn't do it because you genuinely wanted to do it, you're going to hurt, and it's going to take you much longer to then have to unpack that. So.
And do you know what? Sorry, I don't think it should be called a hoe phase. Because it's just whatever it is to you. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you're not being a hoe if you've slept with more than 2 people or 3 or 4 or 12, I don't know. It's perfectly fine, like, because men don't have a hoe phase, they just have like that period where you're doing your...
Men just living life.
Doing your thing, do you know what I mean? Where you're just living life and enjoy it, and you should know what you want and what you don't want. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Last episode we said, if a man doesn't make you come, let him know.
Exactly.
I totally agree. Tyra, what's your thoughts on the hoe phase?
I'm so nervous to get to that. I don't feel like women need a hoe phase, but I feel like, yeah, if you want to do what you want to do, do what you want to do. But I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't really rate men that just sling their dick anywhere, anyway. Yes. And it's so mad because I don't want to say you can't do what you want to do, but I just feel like there just needs to be a balance. My views on sex is so different.
What are your views?
I just feel like sex isn't free, guys. I feel like it's not free. I feel like it comes at a cost. Like I do feel like it does. And me personally, like we spoke about before, anytime I get intimate with someone, I catch feelings. I can't help it. Honestly, it's like it goes from not caring to like, where are you? What are you doing?
Are you my
Have you
boyfriend
eaten?
now?
Like I just so. And when I had my hoe phase of like probably, you know, seeing different guys, I was quite young. I don't think I was fully developed. I feel like if I understood life the way I did, I don't think I would have done it.
What would you have done differently? Would you have just?
I just wouldn't have done it. I feel like at the time, I always looked at it like I was gaining from sleeping with men, not realizing they were also gaining from me.
Yeah.
And they were also taking from me. And I'm not going around bragging about it, but they're telling people, oh, you know, I and I'm just like another person on their list. Like, I always say, if you're going to be that girl, own it. If you know you can have intimate relationships and you don't catch feelings and you're being safe and you're protecting yourself, go ahead, have fun. But me personally, I can't.
My therapist said to me a long time ago, and you just sort of made me think about it now. I'd say to her, I wish I could be like those girls that just are able to like deal with 6 men and done and and whatnot and just sort of not catch feelings. And she was like, they just have better suppressing skills. No one can just dash out the palm and be okay with it. So it's nothing for you to aspire to. Do you know what I mean? Those girls that can do that and I guess really embrace that hoe phase where it is just, you're just freeing up the palm. I don't know what other word to say, where you're just dashing it out. That's nothing to aspire to. It's not really emotionally healthy, but they just have better suppressing skills, and those are not skills you really want to have.
But do you not think there's some women because I feel like I've had a lot of conversation just about sex in general, and I think there are some women who are able to, in the same way that men can almost remove the emotional aspects of, you know, having sex from sex in general, and it's not making love, it's just literally having sex. You don't think that there are some women who are also able to do so? I don't feel like I'm one of those, but I do definitely feel like there's some women who are able to disattach that, like, sex from the idea of love. Like my friends who've been in the hoe phase or who are really owning it.
I think it's possible.
For me, it's not, it's an act, it's a sexual act. And I think that, like, for a long time as well, I used to think like sex was something that you endured, not enjoyed. Do you know what I mean? Because it was something that almost like you felt like it was being done to you. But then when I was like, no, I'm getting something out of this too. I'm also enjoying it as well. Like, I want my agency back. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's really complicated. And I think, I always say, for as long as it takes to learn things, it takes the same amount of time to unlearn it. Do you know what I mean? That was a really, really interesting discussion, ladies. But I think we should take it to the audience and see what they have to say. So has anyone got any comments, questions?
So my name is Perseverance and I'm from Southampton. Hi. So, I want to go back to sex talk, okay? Because when I was watching the show, women are trying to explore their sexuality. And I feel like this day and age, are we rebelling against the tradition or the ways that we grew up? Being African, sex is bad, wait till you're married. Is there a rebellion against what we're taught when it comes to sex? Or is this the actual norm now? Is it something that we should really be teaching our young sisters when it comes to sex? Like, go and explore. So how can we have the conversations with the younger generation when it comes to sex, especially with shows like this?
Yeah, exactly. First of all,
That's a serious question still.
Yeah. I personally think that we should have these conversations with the younger generation. I think it should be age appropriate and within the parameters of like morality for age, because obviously that's important. And I think it should start as young as possible, and it should start with consent. And I do think that we need to normalise sex because sex is normal. And I think that like having it wrapped in this bubble of making it this weird thing, that eventually most people are going to endure, Freudian slip. Most people are going to engage in at some point. I would rather, if I'm blessed enough to have a daughter, I would rather she was armed with the tools to make smart decisions. And I think you can only do that if you communicate about it and you normalise it. And and obviously there has to be boundaries. I'm not saying start talking about positions with your 12-year-old. I think that as grown-ups, like we know like how to package certain things, but I definitely think that like talking about it is the only way. Like I think it's the best way. It's real, it's normal. We all engage in it, and I would rather my child knows exactly what they're doing, so they can make smart decisions about whether to say yes, whether to say no, to know their body, and most importantly, to be able to come to me, because I learned so much about sex through magazines and problem pages in my day, and just the streets. Yeah. And it was so much misinformation, and I never ever felt like I could go to my mum and talk to her about it. So I do think, like there needs to be boundaries, but I also do think that we do need to normalise it and just let women know, especially little African girls, that like sex is normal. You're not a weirdo. There's nothing off-key about it. You're not a witch. Exactly. All these weird taboos that don't actually mean anything, and I actually think that causes rebellion. Because when you're so shady about things, that's when people start hiding things, and that's when they start doing things wrong. So the more open you can be about it, the better. Personally,
I agree. Definitely. I think. When I was younger, no one spoke to me about sex. So I ended up putting myself in like dangerous situations or just like doing crazy things. Because I just didn't understand what was going on. And then I had to learn the hard way. And if I could protect a load of young girls from that happening to them by just having a conversation around something as important as consent. Young boys need that too. And all those that fall in between when it comes on the gender spectrum, but just taking care of like yourself, even physically as well, not just sexually and emotionally. Emotionally safe sex is something that's really important that we promote too, as well as physical, protection, contraception, all that stuff.
I don't know if any of you guys relate to this, but when I was younger, my mum made sex very, very scary. She told me, if you kiss a man, you're going to get pregnant. If you touch a man, you're going to get pregnant. So I was very scared of everything, like any sort of interaction with men. I'm like, oh my God, pregnant? Like I'm running away. Even down to, literally story of my life. Everything about sex was attached to pregnancy. So for a long time, I'll be in school talking to my friends and I'll lose their virginity and they'll be like, oh, women, I'm like, pregnant? So I do think it's important to have that conversation and be honest about it. And I think that's the beautiful thing about our generation is that we are open to having these conversations because sex isn't a bad thing. So let's not make it a bad thing. Let's embrace it.
Sorry. Just one more thing. And sex is a wonderful thing. And the more we talk to women about like sex and stuff, the more orgasms we will have. Sorry, it's really important, right? Struggle life over. Yeah, struggle life is over. Okay.
Lovely lady in the blue top. What's your name? What's your age? Who are you dating? Where are you from?
Hey, so I'm Koi. I'm from London. You guys look delicious. Look so good. Like, honestly, and the conversation's been amazing. I had another question, but you said something that I just feel like everyone needs practical tips for. So you spoke about emotionally safe sex. And I think that's like, I don't think I've ever heard that phrase, but the concept of it is so necessary. So I was just wondering if you guys could all share your tips for emotionally safe sex.
I think you want to be engaging in someone that's willing to, I guess, satisfy you, be with you. They're not going to coerce you. They're going to cater to your needs. You kind of know, both of you know what the situation is, whether it's you can't say so are we making love or just fucking? I mean, not gonna do that. But you want to know that in your heart and maybe somehow facilitate that conversation. Do you know what I mean? And know what this is with that person. Yeah. if you need to, if it's really important to you, check in with a friend. Like, oh, I'm off to see so-and-so. You know, so-and-so that I was telling you about, and just have that back and forth if you feel like you've engaged, especially before, in emotionally unsafe sex. That's really important. Any other things? Just the things you do before you go into it with someone.
Knowing your sexual boundaries.
Oh, yes, there's another one.
I think with emotional safety, I think you can have it, in my opinion, and it's going to sound so mad, but hear me out. I think, because you know how like, if you engage in like one-night stands and stuff, I think you can still create an emotionally safe enough space for yourself. Because I think as long as you're adhering to your personal sexual boundaries, if you communicate that, safe words, I used to roll my eyes at it, I was like, who does safe words? They're actually really good to have. Because I don't know how freaky different people are. Like, you know, you might want some hair pulling, some choking, you know, just a little bit.
Damn.
No, but like,
okay.
as long as you are able to like really have those conversations, because you should feel. I feel like if you're going to engage with sex with someone, you should be able to talk about what you do like and what you don't like. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's so much easier when that's out the way.
It sounds like the key theme is transparency. I guess just letting that person that you are having sex with know exactly where you're at, what you want out of this, your intention, their intention, and kind of seeing whether or not it aligns with, like, you know, like you said, your boundaries, and whether it doesn't. If it doesn't, then you know that this probably doesn't make sense and it's not emotionally safe sex for me.
You just need to know what you want to get from this. Know your boundaries, know yourself. This is your house, your life, your body, okay, your genitals, your kitchen, your car, your back garden, your local park, wherever it may be, this is for you. So you need to know what you want from sex, right?
I've got another game for us.
Oh, no.
Another game of Never Have I Ever. Are you ready, girls? So the first one is, never have I ever cheated on a partner.
Okay.
There's context. But you drink first and then you give the context.
Okay.
Keep going.
I know that drink it now.
So proud of you.
God.
So the rest of you guys have never ever cheated, no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're looking a little bit suspect. You're looking a little bit suspect over there.
I'm invisible.
Oh my God!
I'm invisible, no one can see this. Cheers.
Okay, we need stories.
Queen Mojo, let's go. So the next one is...
No, we need to know your story. No.
Wow. As you started talking, I said, wow, God, you've smiled on me today. So, oh my God. So I was in a relationship, right, and it was just dry. Like everything in the relationship was dry, right? The conversation was dry, going out on dates was dry, and I was just like, yeah, this is gonna start coming to an end. So I made a really bad decision. Was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be the fuckboy. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one to mess around. Hopefully, like she'll like just turn cold and then like end it because I don't really want to do it. Yeah, no. Oh my God, wait, what? Are you judging me?
No, do you know what? Do you know what? I'll give you.
No. Well, no, she never found out. Well, she knows now.
Oh, hey.
Sorry, hun.
That's fine. You called a bad decision. That's fine.
Yeah.
You did the same mistake. It's fine.
Is it? Oh no.
Why they do that to you? Should we move on?
Yeah. Let's just wrap it up. It is what it is. But I will say though, I'm really happy that I cheated because, right?
Every second you're making it worse. You're making it worse.
No, go on. Go ahead. This is a judge-free zone.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I cheated because it was like that sex is top 3. It would never leave me. I can remember my housemate. My housemate was banging on the door like, can you guys be quiet?
My heart is even broken.
Really?
My heart is breaking.
Okay, edit some sad music over it. I just want to say, I'm so sorry. Yeah? Oh, really? I was gonna do an influencer apology. It wasn't old me. You know? I've grown so much now. I've changed. You know what I mean? I'm a new person.
If you wanted it to be
PR statement.
If you wanted it to be a real influencer apology, you'd have to do it on notes and post it on Twitter.
Oh yeah, it's so true.
Right now, you're top 2 and you're not number 2. For sure. All right, so the next one. Never have I ever kissed more than one person in 24 hours.
I actually haven't done that. I don't like kissing like that.
I didn't like that red one.
We love to see it.
Lovely.
Shot.
It's more than just a kiss.
I said it
it was more than just a kiss.
Wow.
I was whispering that. I was whispering. Why? Why'd you whisper? I was whispering to myself.
Can I just make a note here, guys? Those were all Scorpio ladies that drank. Yeah, on the table.
No, sorry, Mrs. Cheating Back. Mrs. Cheating Back, you have no right.
We've got an amazing live performance from Terrell Lewis. Make some noise.
Hey. All right, I'm just gonna get straight into it. So listen, in life, there's moments, and in each moment, there's an opportunity. So I advise you to take the opportunity that's presented to you so you don't live with regret. So this is a short story of a man who has breakfast at a cafe every single day. And every day he sees a woman in this cafe, and he imagines what life would be like with this woman. But he never speaks to her until this moment. So this piece is called Excuse Me, Miss. Okay. So it goes like this. L-O-V-E. 4 letters that I want to give to you in order for you to get to know me. You see, this love thing is deep. It's so powerful that even the blind can see, and those who struggle to find the words are given the words to speak. Now, my favorite sound is our heartbeat. Because from the very moment I heard it was the moment I decided I can't leave. You see, I wanted a forever ship. The most strongest boat in the world, because that means it will never sink. You see, our foundation is so strong because it was built on forever bricks. Our timeline is timeless, and that means our clock will forever tick. Talk. My heart beats for her, and that means it will never stop. Can you hear it? The closer she gets, the faster it beats because my heart knows that she's near it. I'm gonna say something. Excuse me, miss. You see, my name's Terrell, and I usually wouldn't do this, but the truth is, I think you're amazing. You see, I want to love you in so many different ways, and stare into your eyes like the stars up above I would gazing. But first, let me start with your name. Let me guess. It's Angel. Because to me, you were heaven sent. And that's why we have rainy days, because God's still upset about the day that you left. But it's okay, because he guided you to me. You see, I definitely got all the honey, and you're definitely my queen bee. You see, these emotions run deep, and I'm drowning in your deep sea. I can usually stand up strong, but for you, somehow I get weak in the knees. Oh, you like that? It's funny, when you looked over, I never thought you would smile back. And that's what made me approach you. Now, despite the butterflies in my stomach, I still wanted to get to know you. You see, in my head, we're already an item. I guess I found my true love where some people never find them. But I found you. Forgive me for walking in circles, I'm just trying to be around you. Oh, you like... Do you like kids? Oh yeah, me too. How about we name the boy after me and the girl after you? Or better yet, we can have a whole tribe. Our Christmas, birthdays, and New Year's together, that'll be a whole vibe. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, we can do a whole life, but rather than post you on my story with you, I want to spend my whole life. You see, right now I'm happy, but I can be happier. The driver's seat is taken. I need someone in my passenger. You're definitely a boss, and that can be your manager. You tell me that you love me and say, Terrell, I can see the man in you. You see, this is so picture perfect. Today, I picked a winner without even making a purchase. My most prized possession, I'm going to show you what your worth is. I can go even deeper because I'm barely touching the surface. Okay, I think it's time I say something. Because I'm doing all of this talking, but in reality, I'm saying nothing. She's gone. I guess I took too long. You were arm's length in front of me, but I guess I never held on. Where she went, nobody knows. Hopefully next time, I won't keep my eyes closed. Thank you.
You smashed it.
What a way to... Wow. What a way to close the show. I don't know about you guys, but that definitely moved me. I've been your host, Audrey.
Wumi.
Kaz. Queen Mojo. And Miss Banks.
It's been Talk That Talk. I want to say a massive thank you to our studio audience. A massive thank you to Terrell Lewis. Make sure you check out Harlem on Prime Video. We'll see you next time.
It's quite often I meet someone in my field that's also like a bit famous. So I get if you know the person prior, but you know this person through me. And like, we're not together, you know this person's broke my heart, you've seen me cry over the person, and now we're done, you're all up in these comments trying to be...
Not the comments.
Throwing love hearts and...
Wait, what?
And I just feel like, what the hell, like, babe, what you doing? And like...
Can I confess something? I don't usually date other masked women. Me neither. You were a dare. You were an experiment. So is your experiment working? You trying to find out?